Hi folks, Chris Fowler here, Dos Equis' new pour-by-pour commentator. Hey, a job's a job. Now, onto the pour. Look at it run. The ice-cold, refreshing cerveza rushes toward the 10 fluid ounce line. There's no stopping this crisp and delicious cerveza now. It's at the 11, 11.5, 11.6. Will it reach 12? There it is, 12 fluid ounces. Unbelievable. I'm crying. I'm actually crying right now. Dos Equis, a most interesting beer.
So I've been able to compensate, I think, pretty well, and that's what my therapists have told me with my hands. So whenever I went home in March and did not come back up here until about June, I would say whenever I just started focusing on my rehab and doing all of that therapy, by April is when I started to really see the change. The first thing I noticed was how I was walking and the use and the ability that I found back in my hands. I started moving into weight training and conditioning, and by June is when I was fully released by my physical therapist. I remember like having tears come out of my eyes because I was just so happy, and because there were times when I wasn't sure how long therapy was gonna last, so I just remember feeling overwhelmed with gratefulness and thankfulness. It was just kind of a weight off my shoulders. From the beginning, my mom had to like literally bathe me in the hospital, and it just kind of goes to tell like how much the support and the people around me really helped me get to where I was.
Her being at home, it was very helpful, and then talking about coming back to school, that was her biggest concern. When you're with your family and you have a mom who is a nurse who knows the needs that you're gonna have maybe before you even need them.
I think the hardest thing was just like simple things were really hard for her. And so being able to adjust that and to help her out with like driving her places and everything like that, it was hard for her.
Because she doesn't want it, like she wants to be like, well, like what can I help you with?
As a Division I athlete and a 20-year-old kid, she has done everything by herself for a long time. She didn't want to have to ask her teammates for anything, so that was the biggest thing we needed to get over.
And it's something that I feel like I'll never be able to like thank them enough for.
She's been very positive and proactive and thinks so much more about everyone else that her situation is just like, we'll get better.
Regardless of the injury or anything like that, I think we all still would have been pushing behind her no matter what happens. That's how we are as a team, is we're just a family.
In June of 2020, Kaliegh was cleared to return, only 7 months after her diagnosis.
Awesome to see, to just see the determination on her face when she's there.
I remember whenever I got cleared, my coaches didn't even really fully believe. They were like, oh, you're fully cleared? And I was like, yeah, I'm good to play.
But she was gutting it out and playing through it, and she knew we needed her. She started to get the rhythm down. She's not only trying to get back, but she's also trying to get back to the level that she was playing at, which speaks to her work ethic and how bad she wants to come back here for her teammates as well.
Amazing to see that in someone else when you look at yourself and you're like, I'd be struggling, but she's pulling through so well.
The following October, Kaliegh played in her first game in almost a year. She was a starter. The comeback was complete.
I really started to kind of get nervous Friday night before our match, just knowing that this is probably the first game I was gonna play in almost a year to the date. When I was able to run out there with my team and just go through those first couple points again, it was just like kind of like a sigh of relief that I was just finally back to exactly where I wanted to be and doing what I wanted to do when I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna do it again.
But once again, Kaliegh faced an obstacle. The regular season opener versus SMU was canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. 2 days later, Kaliegh herself tested positive. The journey back was again put on pause.
Some people in my family and Caitlin, our trainer, had asked me questions like, is this concerning considering your history with GBS? Nothing that I've heard said that, so I kind of just took it day by day.
I just felt that this could take a wrong turn really quickly, but thank God that it didn't.
I was eager to return to school, get back out there with my team.
Once she got back, she went right back into it. she just came back and was better than ever.
And then just kind of be like at 100% and then start to compete as well.
Her coming back was just like, it was just an amazing feeling to have her back on the court with us.
What I take away from this diagnosis and the stuff that I went through with it is a lot of things can be taken away really, really quickly without any sort of warning.
What it did do, while Kaliegh has handled, you know, the biggest challenge of her life through all of this, it is a huge glimpse into the goodness around you. It shows us who we know that she is, I guess, and the strength that she has and the fight that she has day to day, you know, just to keep going. And she's had her moments, but she's gonna keep moving forward.
It kind of just changed my perspective to give all you have, like 100%, because you never know when it's over.
Showing off their silver leaves as we walk by. Soft kisses on a summer